On behalf of the entire Indiana Preps team, we welcome you to our High School Volleyball Media Day. We are honored to have you here as we celebrate and spotlight some of the most talented and hardworking student athletes from across the state. Today is about giving high school volleyball the platform that it truly deserves. Let's have a great time today and continue to build the future of Indiana high school volleyball.
Hello, I'm David Jacobs with Indiana Preps. Today I'm at the inaugural Indiana Preps Volleyball Media Day. I'll be talking with some of the top prospects in the state about recruitment and their team success. All right, so tell me about when you first started playing volleyball and how you ended up growing a love for the game.
Yeah, so I first started playing volleyball when I was around 8 years old. My two older sisters play college volleyball, one at Miami, Ohio University and the other at Thomas More. And my aunts also play college volleyball, so I've just kind of always grown up around it. And I just saw how much they loved the game, and it really had an impact on me and made me love the game.
Mm-hmm. And having so many, really aspiring figures in your life that played volleyball at such a high level, what were some of the biggest takeaways you've learned from them growing up?
The biggest takeaways I realized, especially in volleyball, just because it's such a mental sport, is the mistakes don't define the kind of player that you're going to be. When I was younger, I struggled a lot with letting those mistakes define me and impact my play, and as I've grown as a player and as I've watched my older sister play and watched my aunts play, I've kind of realized that those mistakes don't define you and that you're your own person and volleyball is not you.
Yeah. And going to Morehead State for college, what was the recruiting process like, and how did you end up deciding to commit there?
Yeah, so the recruiting process is pretty fun for me. I had a good time getting to know the different coaches from the different colleges, but ultimately I picked Morehead State just because of the close-knit community. I'm from a small town, so I really never wanted to go to a huge college. I wanted to kind of stay in the smaller to medium range, and I really just found that at Morehead State. And I also get the opportunity to play indoor and beach volleyball, so I'm really excited to have that opportunity as well.
And for your senior year, outside of any state championship, what's a personal goal you have for yourself?
My personal goal, honestly, to just have fun. I want to have fun my senior year. I want to break some more records. That would be super awesome. My sister actually holds the hitting record for most kills, so I want to be able to beat her record. So that's probably my goal.
All right, thank you. That's all I got.
Thank you.
Playing so many sports in high school, how do you find time to kind of balance the training and everything throughout the year?
I usually prioritize volleyball because it's just my favorite and it's what I'm best at. So sometimes that affects the other sports, but I've always been able to do it all, so yeah.
And going to Missouri to play volleyball in college, what was the recruiting process like, and how did you end up deciding to commit there?
It was very, very stressful.
Yeah.
But it was just I love the coaching staff. The first time I stepped foot on campus, it was I just knew it was the college for me. And yeah, the coaches are just so inspiring to me, and I just I can't wait.
Yeah, and obviously on Roncalli, I mean, you have so many teammates here with you today. Just having such a talented roster, really year in, year out, not just this year, what's kind of the practices and just the competitiveness of it all like?
Yeah, it's very competitive. It helps us get so much better, and I feel that's the reason that we won state last year, is because we all love each other, but we also want to make each other better in the long run, and yeah.
And what's been your favorite volleyball memory outside of a state championship win?
That's a hard one. I think just honestly, just the whole season, we're all so close together. Yeah, we just all love each other so much.
All right, that's all I got. Thank you. Tell me about how you first started playing when you first started playing volleyball, and how you ended up falling in love with the game.
I first started at the Center Grove High School camps, the kids camps. I remember going and always looking up to the older girls, and that was my first memory. And then I started playing in church leagues and stuff until I finally started playing club when I was 12. And then once I started club, I just fell in love with it because it was all my friends, and I got to travel places. And then from there, I just loved the game. So.
And going to Southern Illinois to play in college, what was the recruiting process like, and what ultimately led you to commit to Southern Illinois?
It was definitely stressful. It's definitely a lot of work. I think it's more work than people realize. You know, you're sending emails like all the time and trying to figure out like what this school needs, and especially with all like the new like NIL roster stuff, it was definitely difficult. But I landed on Southern Illinois because I really love like the coaches, the environment where the school is really beautiful, campus is great, and then they have accounting and they have a good program, which is what I want to go into. So I ended up there.
And throughout your volleyball career, what's been your favorite memory so far?
My favorite memory? Just recently, like last week, we competed at nationals and we made it to the championship game, and we got second, but it was such a cool experience because it's one of those things that like I always wanted to go to the championship at nationals, and just like getting there, getting my name announced, walking across the stage, getting a medal and a trophy to bring home was just something really special. And I got to do it with a couple of the girls that were here, so it made it even more fun.
Yeah, that's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you.
Avery, so tell me about when you first started playing volleyball and how you ended up falling in love with the game.
Well, I was very young, playing at the church, and just playing as much as I can. I also played softball, so that was a tough decision to pick which one I wanted, but volleyball was I definitely loved that one. And I think that just being able to be with all my teammates and playing, and I'm very loud and energetic, so it was fun to play like that. So yeah.
Speaking of your teammates, a couple of them are here with you today. Just being on such a talented roster, what's like the everyday practice and just like the competitiveness of it all like?
Yeah, practices are very skill oriented, I think, and then towards the end we always play and it gets very competitive. There's always some sort of smack talk going on, but practice is really not intense, but it's very competitive and hard, I'd say.
And being one of the only juniors here at the media day and being uncommitted, has there been any like start to the recruiting process, or is like any advice from teammates you've gotten?
Advice I've gotten is just keep emailing. Like, they're not gonna answer you every email that you send, but you want to send as many as you can, get your name in their brain. I also play beach volleyball, so that's also like kind of the same recruiting process. So you want to keep emailing until they answer you and say they're looking in a different direction, which is totally fine. There's going to be somewhere that wants you. So, yeah.
And having 2 years left to play volleyball, what are some goals you are setting for yourself aside from any state championships?
Yeah. I'd say the biggest goal for me is getting that libero jersey on the varsity team and being able to keep it and being able to be a leader on my team. We have a very different, because we had a lot of seniors last year, so we have a very different look this year. So I think being able to rally everybody together, get everybody to be on a good, strong team would be a big goal.
That's all I got. Thank you.
Perfect, thank you.
Avery, tell me about when you first started playing volleyball and how you ended up falling in love with the game.
I started playing volleyball when I was 9, and I would do like rec leagues, and then I tried out Circle City, this club, and I've been playing ever since I was 9. So yeah, I've just really liked all the girls, like the coaches, and I just like the game, you know.
What's been your favorite memory so far with volleyball?
My favorite memory would probably be last school season, our win against Westfield. It was just like, it just felt like rewarding, like after like so much hard work, but yeah.
And when you look around here today for the media day, there's a lot of schools mainly from Central Indiana because it's such a hub for volleyball.
Yeah.
How do you see volleyball like continuing to grow as a sport in the state of Indiana?
I mean, I feel like it's just grown. Like, you'll hear about like a friend playing volleyball, and then more people will join it, and like the more like it's just becoming so big with like Indy Ignite coming, and like just it's growing so much, and so much talent is coming in.
And with 2 years left in your high school career, what are some personal goals you have yourself aside from a state championship win?
My goal is to be a leader on the team. Like, we lost quite a bit of seniors last year, and especially being an upperclassman, I need to like lead some of like the new girls and stuff, but also just like have presence on the court.
That's all I got. Thank you. So Annabelle, tell me about when you first started playing volleyball and how you ended up falling in love with the game.
Yeah, so I just grew up around volleyball. My grandma was a big volleyball lady, and then my mom was also a huge volleyball lady. She coached, she won a state championship out in Orange Valley actually. And then she went to go play in college, and she was also a setter, and then my older sister became a setter. And so it kind of just was like not an option for me, like I was going to play volleyball. And so then I just became a setter and I fell in love with it. We didn't really start playing volleyball until we had some skill underneath us. We would just train with our mom, and then once we had some skill, then we would start playing. So I didn't start playing until I was in 6th grade. And then it just went from there, and I fell in love, and now I can't not do it.
And having those role models in your life that played volleyball, especially your mom who played in college, just what are some of the biggest elements of your game, or even just like advice you've gotten them in terms of volleyball?
So obviously since my mom was a setter, like everything I've done, I've learned from her, but like her biggest thing is just go be you and be loud. Like I feel like I've stood out because I am super loud, and I wasn't always like that. Like I was pretty shy when I was younger, but I forced myself to just talk to people that I don't know and to be loud and to just cheer for everyone and get so excited and introduce myself. And it's really put me in places that I think I wouldn't be if I hadn't been super loud. So that was like the main advice I got when I was younger.
And with 2 years left in your high school career, aside from a state championship, what are some personal goals you have for yourself?
Oh yeah, I want to get the total assists record, which is like 4,000. So we'll see if that can happen. I don't really know, but that's one of my main goals. So we'll see.
That's all I got. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So Ellie, when did you first start playing volleyball, and how did you end up falling in love with the game?
I started playing in 7th grade just because all my friends were playing, and I thought it was like a fun thing to do at the time. And then I started falling in love with it when I played club ball, and I met like all my best friends there, and it was just a fun thing to do at the time. And I noticed like how far it can take you, so that's when I fell in love with it.
And going to Louisville to continue playing in college, what was the recruiting process like, and how did you end up ultimately committing to Louisville?
The recruiting process was fast for me. I definitely wanted to take it slow, but the way things worked out, I thought it was all perfect. And I got a call from Louisville. They were my dream school, and like I just knew it was the right decision. I went to camp like a week before just to visit, make sure everything was like right, and I immediately like felt like home. I fell in love with the coaches and the girls, and yeah, it was really cool.
And throughout your volleyball career, what's been your favorite memory?
My favorite memory is probably this year. We went to nationals, and we played in the national championship. We lost, but it was still really cool, and it was just fun with my teammates.
Yeah, that's all I got. Thank you. All right, so tell me more about when you started playing volleyball and how you ultimately ended up falling in love with the game.
I started playing for Roncalli Juniors as it was like a small club, and it was just like for a short season. We didn't go to nationals or anything. And I think just like the girls really pulled me in to start loving the sport, because when I started I wasn't very good. I started kind of later in life. And then the coaches helped me to get better and to just keep pushing as time went on.
And Roncalli specifically, obviously you have a lot of your teammates here.
Yeah.
And just historically, both girls and boys volleyball has really every year been like a contending powerhouse. What about Roncalli do you think has made you guys so dominant in volleyball?
I think that like the coaching is a big part of it, but the girls and like the boys too, like the team really just like we feel like family, so we feel really comfortable with each other. We are like open with each other, so we allow each other to like constructive criticism, I guess, and we can like always tell each other anything and just to help each other out.
And having 2 years left in your high school career, outside of any more state championships, what are some personal goals you have for yourself?
I'd like to get recruited to play in college somewhere and just like keep getting better with my team. I want to become more of like a leader on our team once the seniors this year leave.
Mm-hmm. That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take me back to when you first started playing volleyball and kind of just some of your favorite moments that you've experienced up until now.
Yeah, so I started playing when I was 9 years old. I started just playing like little league, or like little rec league, and then I started just like through my school. I've been playing club for since my 7th grade year, and it's all been just so fun. Like I mean, so much time is poured into it, and like it's all worth it. So, yeah.
And I mean, when you look around, there's a lot of the kind of like just like the perennial powerhouses of volleyball, a lot of big schools, but I mean, Covenant Christian, correct?
Yeah, Covenant.
So being at a kind of representing a smaller school, just what's it like just having to kind of like almost prove yourself, if that makes sense?
Yeah. So yeah, definitely Covenant's 2A, very small school. But it was super neat this season. We kind of came out like not really expecting to be good. My first 2 years, we kind of fell short in the run, and this year we won sectionals, and we're just literally like a few points away in like a fifth set in regionals from like losing it. So it's super cool. I mean, we've worked so hard to become, you know, a competitive school with some of these big schools.
Yeah. And going to your senior year, aside from a state championship, what are some goals you have for yourself?
I think just working together as a team. Like we only lost one senior, so we're like basically same team coming in and just working hard. You know, we were successful last year, but like even taking a bigger step and proving more this year.
Oh, that's all I got. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
So, Carson, tell me a little bit more about when you first started playing volleyball and how you kind of grew a love for the game.
So I started playing probably in about like 4th grade, I would say, and I played like rec leagues. And just like the more I played it, the more I fell in love with it. I played a lot of other sports, and like when I compared volleyball to the other sports I played, I could see myself playing in college with volleyball, and I never saw that for the other sports. That was like my final decision to just choose volleyball straight up. And I just like all the people and just the game. Like I love every aspect of it. And
you'll be a junior, correct? So what's the recruiting process starting to look like right now?
So I committed on June 15th. I'm going to the University of Louisville, but mine was super fast and like easy. I had a few calls that day, and at the end of the day, I knew Louisville was where I wanted to go.
What about Louisville made you want to commit so early?
They've been my dream school since like I first started watching college volleyball. So that was a big part of it. They're close to home, and just the culture there and the coaching staff is really amazing. And the history of success, I love the campus. Like I just love every part of it.
And with 2 years left of high school, aside from a state championship, what are some personal goals you have for yourself?
I really want to work on becoming a better leader for my teammates, and especially the underclassmen who are coming into high school. I want them to feel like they can talk to me and not be scared because I'm an upperclassman. I just want to be there for everyone on the team.
And what's been your favorite memory with volleyball so far?
My favorite memory would be at Nationals this year. We beat Legacy, and it was a big deal because I played for a team, really a joint team, so they're technically out of Michigan, so it was the Battle of Michigan. And we were playing 17, so they have a lot of really good recruits on the team, so we won, and that was just really fun.
That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Caroline, take me to when you first started playing volleyball and kind of how you grew a love for the game.
I started playing in 4th grade, I think it was, for school, nothing serious. And then I started club in 7th grade. And yeah, that's when I started to realize that I wanted volleyball to be my main sport. I played basketball, then I ended up quitting going at my freshman year because I wanted to focus more on volleyball.
And throughout your time playing volleyball, what's been your favorite memory?
Probably my 15th year, we were at Triple Crown and we beat T Street, and they were predicted to win the tournament, and it was just really fun. So we ended up beating them. It was nice.
And having 2 years left of high school volleyball, aside from a state championship, what's a personal goal you have for yourself?
I want to get better at leading my team and being a bigger voice. I feel I can get quiet on the court. I want to get better at leading people and just helping the younger kids through it.
Well, that's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Shania, take me back to when you first started playing volleyball and kind of how you grew a love for the game.
So I started playing volleyball at preschool, just little camps and everything. But I actually started playing club at my high school because we played little local tournaments. It was not so serious. But then I transferred to another smaller club, but like I played at like bigger tournaments.
Yeah.
But then I came to Indiana, and that's when like, oh, I can actually go to college for this. Oh, my skill level is to this level. So like that's when I knew.
And you'll be going to Kentucky to play college volleyball in 2 years. So what was that recruiting process like, and how did you end up committing there?
So actually, I hadn't had Kentucky on my radar until like late February. So he came to a practice, and he wasn't there to look at me. But one of my coaches was like, oh, you should watch this girl on this court. So he came over and he was like, oh, I really like her. So then he started showing up at more tournaments, and then I hopped on a call on June 15th, and I think I just knew right then and there.
Yeah.
So that's when I committed on June 15th.
Yeah. And here at the media day, obviously there's a lot of the like powerhouse schools, a lot of the base schools, but being from Southwood and also being, I mean, obviously a Kentucky D1 commit, so having to get there from like a smaller school like Southwood, just what was that like work like, if that makes sense?
I think like my coach always told me that like we always have to work harder because we're going to be like a smaller school. We're like nobody thinks we're going to be like that good. Like, oh, who's Southwood? But like I think us being in that position puts us at like an advantage. Like, oh, so if we lose this, like that's not going to hurt us any, but it'll hurt them more than like our egos. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think us taking that like type of position, like going to like bigger tournaments, I think it's like the best position you could be in. Yeah. So like me going to Kentucky, like nobody like, oh, who's her? Like who's she? Mm-hmm. Who's this girl? Yeah. But like we're all gonna show you like I made my team better. Like that's how I feel.
Yeah. And with 2 years left in high school before you go to Kentucky, aside from a state championship, what are some personal goals you have for yourself?
I'd say for this upcoming club season, I mean, a national championship would be amazing. Like #1 goal for sure. And then for like future, like I want to start my freshman year, no matter what. Like it doesn't matter what position, anything. I just want like I'm gonna work hard for my freshman year position at Kentucky. So.
How much are you willing to sacrifice to get to that starting spot in your freshman year?
Anything, like absolutely anything. You name it, I'll do it.
All right, that's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you.
So take me back to when you first started playing volleyball and how you ended up growing a love for the game.
Yeah, I started playing when I was 10. I just got recruited like at a football game. It was totally random, but then I went to a practice, checked it out, and I was like, I just want to try it for a year. So then I tried it, I loved it. I didn't play at all. I would like rode the bench, but I loved the girls, and I was like, I'm just gonna keep trying. So yeah, that's how I feel like that's where my journey started.
Yeah, and what about volleyball, especially with that first year? You said you just kind of got recruited out of nowhere at a volleyball game, rode the bench that first year. So what about the sport kept you coming back every year and continuing to improve?
Yeah, before then I played softball, so it was like more of like a slow sport. So it's like every single pitch is like a new play. But then you think about like volleyball, it's like every single time like everyone's touching the ball. So it's like you could go like 8 pitches and like no one's touching the ball, you're just standing there in the field. So yeah, I liked how fast the game was.
And with 2 years left in high school, aside from a state championship, what are some personal goals you have for yourself?
Personal goals is probably making like first team all-state and not like honorable mention or like second team. So getting to that first team level, so yeah.
That's all I got, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So take me back to when you first started playing volleyball and how you ended up growing a love for the game.
Yeah, so my mom has been involved in volleyball my entire life. She's been a coach. So I've just kind of grown up in the gym. Like since maybe 3 years old, I was going to practices and playing with the ball. So when I officially started playing club at 9, like I think it was kind of a second nature for me. And just growing up in the gym really made me develop a love for the sport.
Yeah. And having your mom also be a volleyball coach, just how much of an influence has she had both on you and your volleyball game?
She's kind of been everything to me. Just having her there as support and like her guidance. And even just her knowledge, because a lot of parents like don't really know the game, you know. So just having her there to give me feedback and encourage me is really special.
Mm-hmm. And going to IU to continue playing volleyball in college, what was that recruiting process like, and how did you ultimately land on IU?
Yeah, so IU was kind of a really good surprise for me when I first. So I grew up playing at Boiler Juniors, which is like kind of a Purdue-based club. So we were always like, you know, boo Hoosiers, you know. And I ended up going to camp there, and I fell in love with it. I love the campus and the coaches, and so getting to talk to them officially on June 15th, like I knew like this is my home and this is where I want to be, so it was awesome.
Yeah. And for your last year of high school volleyball, what are, aside from a state championship, what are some goals you have for yourself?
I really want for us to win conference for the 4th year in a row and sectionals as well, but personally, I'm really hoping for first team All-State and all conference as well.
That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So Maddie, take me to when you first started playing volleyball and how you ended up growing a love for the game.
Well, I started when I was like 9 years old, and my mom got me into it because she played when she was younger. I played rec league, and I really loved it, so I wanted to play club, and I just continued there through club, and I just like always loved it. So.
And what's been your favorite memory with volleyball so far?
Probably winning nationals with like my team. I love my team. They're like my best friends. We've always been really close and like played together growing up. So probably winning nationals my 15th season was a really just great memory. So. And
going to Illinois to play volleyball in college, what was the recruiting process like, and how did you end up landing there?
So I went to camp there. I really loved it. Like the coaches were amazing. Well, big thing for me was like it's like only 2.5 hours from my house. So it's really playing near my house kind of, and just really loved like playing in the Big Ten especially too. It's just really loved the coaches and the location. It's just a great spot, yeah.
And for your last year of high school volleyball, aside from a state championship, what are some personal goals you have for yourself?
So I want to obviously play 6 rotations, I hope, and I want to reach 1,000 kills. Last year was my first year like being an outside hitter. I had to play right side my sophomore year on varsity, so I didn't really get as many like sets as I could have. So it's gonna be my second year being outside on varsity, so I'm really hoping to get 1,000 this year. So.
Oh, well, that's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you.
So take me back to when you first started playing volleyball and how you ended up growing a love for the game.
I first started playing because of my brother. Like I'd always go to his tournaments, and I just like watched him play. And my mom played at Xavier too, and so like my mom has always talked about volleyball and all that fun stuff. So they got me into it for sure. And then like I decided to be a setter too, because like my mom was like an outside passer kind of, and my brother was in the middle, and I was like, I can't be like them, you know. And I probably started club at like age 12, and I think I've been like kind of like in and out. Like I kind of grew up in the gym. My mom was like a coach when I was like literally like a baby. So like I just like have always been around volleyball. So yeah, just started playing club at 12, you know.
And following in your mom's footsteps, going to play volleyball at Xavier, what was that recruiting process like, and how much of an influence did her playing there have in you committing?
It was really powerful in a way. It's just like everyone always says it's like, Addie, it's your legacy, and it really is. And like when I went on my official visit there, like they're like, this is the one time that we have to make it about your mom, and they like had her sign like something that's like an alumni wall there, and it was just so nice. And she's always been like, you'll love it there, Addie, like. And I knew all at the beginning. I was just like, the coaches are so nice, and like my mom or the head coach at Xavier graduated from Roncalli, so like it's like everything's connected, you know. So yeah, it's just it really did feel like another home, you know.
And outside of coming to the same school she played at, how much of an influence has she had both in your life and in terms of volleyball?
In my life, she's definitely guided my faith, and ever since I was little, I've been going to church, and you know, I just really value that as part of my my athletic life, I guess. And then in volleyball, of course, she was always like, when I was little, she'd be like, Addie, get to the gym, like we gotta go, and I'm like, oh no, I don't want to. But of course, I got into it more, and I was just like, all right, when's the next time we're going? Like, let's go. And you know, she always encouraged like the best of me and wanted me to get better. So. Yeah, she's definitely supported me all along, all the ups and downs, and I wouldn't be here without her.
And aside from another state championship for your senior year, what's a personal goal you have for yourself?
Obviously, I just want to get extremely prepared for college, and I will do anything to keep growing and getting better. But I also want to be like another goal for Roncalli as a school is just to be like the leader for the younger girls, since now we're kind of like a younger team. I mean, there are going to be like a lot of seniors, but there's only one junior, there's like a couple sophomores, and so I just want to be there for them. So when we're gone, they'll be able to figure it out, and I just want to, lead them and to, what it felt like last year, I want them to experience that too.
That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take me back to when you first started playing volleyball and how you ended up growing in love for the game.
I first started playing when I was in 4th grade. Yeah, very slow though, and it was definitely something I was very interested in. I grew up going to all the Roncalli games and college games of family friends, so I knew I loved it, but I never really gotten to play it. I was still playing softball too, and so one year I tried out for both softball and volleyball, and as soon as I walked into the gym to try out, I knew that volleyball was it, and I've just loved it ever since. So.
And continue playing in college at West Virginia, what was that recruiting process like, and how did you ultimately end up committing there?
It was very stressful, but at the end it was so rewarding just knowing that I can play stress-free, not trying to impress this coach or that coach or whatever. So yeah, it's very stressful, long process, kind of seeing other girls commit. It sometimes makes you feel like, ugh, but just sticking with it and ultimately finding West Virginia was the best decision I could have made.
And aside from another state championship for your senior year, what's a personal goal you have for yourself?
Personal goal is probably to get 1,000 digs. I'm close and I really believe in myself and I think I can do it, but yeah, that's cool.
Oh, that's all I got. Thanks.